Hey, Todd Toback here, and gonna do today's video actually from the back of an Uber. And today I want to talk about delegation. Now, I just got back from an amazing workshop, and we really dug into the top of delegation and the different levels of delegation. I can tell you, kind of after soaking it in and understanding, I could see a lot of areas where I can improve around delegation, because delegation and business and growing anything of value is going to require teamwork, right? Teamwork, and teamwork means with other people, collaboration with other people. It could be partners, it could be joint venture partners, it could be employees, it could be independent contractors, but whatever it is going to require some kind of teamwork and some kind of delegation. I'm going to get into actually the 4 different kinds of delegation in this video, but before I jump into today's meat and potatoes, my name's Todd Toback, and if you don't know me, I've wholesaled more than 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up by somebody else on my team and not by me personally. Now, I specialize in taking people who work as solo operators or they're struggling in their business to get to that next level, to actually start to extract themselves and to turn their business into an asset that throws off cash month after month after month without their personal day-to-day involvement. So I've got a gift for you. And if you head on over to my website, it's nextlevelwholesaling.com. There's actually an assessment there that I created for myself when I really wanted to start to expand and improve my business every 90 days. And it's going to help you really analyze the 4 core areas of your business, right? That's going to be marketing, acquisition, disposition, and cash flow. And so go there, take it. It's going to take you 2 minutes, and it's going to really help you understand where you're weak. Now, the beauty of this assessment, that if you go take it there today, it's going to really help you with today's video on where you need to delegate, because if something's not getting done properly, it's not your fault. You know, I think as entrepreneurs, we tend to beat ourselves up a lot for the things that we don't do or the things that we procrastinate, and it's probably because it's stuff that we're not good at. And so as soon as you take the assessment, you're going to say, hey, you know what? I really need to get stronger in this area. Maybe I need to hire someone. Maybe I need to team up with someone. Maybe I need a joint venture partner in my business someplace. And so for me, one of the best things I did, for example, was I took the assessment. I realized that I was kind of consistent in my marketing, but I wasn't like clockwork, right? It wasn't going out no matter what. This is probably like 5-6 years ago. And as soon as I hired someone to do that, that marketing went out in spite of me, which was awesome and a real game changer. Took stress, gave me time back, took stress off, add productivity and profitability to my business. So I want to encourage you to go to nextlevelwholesaling.com to take that assessment. Nextlevelwholesaling.com. Take that assessment, and I promise you it will be worth it. All right, so let's talk about the different levels of delegation. So, you know, the first level of delegation is no delegation at all, right? Maybe you are by yourself and you are the one answering phone calls from homeowners. You're going out to the appointments. You are driving out there trying to lock them up. You're doing the marketing, locking the houses up, talking to the cash buyers, going to title, making sure the title work is good, cashing the checks, doing your own books, doing it all. And it's a lot, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And that is exhausting. And I can imagine that if you're there, your business, if it's not struggling now, it will struggle in the future. You'll start to see all areas, including acquisition, including your sales skills, start to go down because you start to get tired and fatigued and you just can't do it all. Now, that is an area that is actually the second worst kind of delegation. The second kind of delegation is what we call, and this is a concept that I learned from Dan Sullivan, is the drive-by delegation. Now, this is actually really dangerous. It's not horrible compared to no delegation or the next kind of delegation that I'm going to talk about, but it's what we call the drive-by, right? And I've been guilty of this many times, where you take a project or you take something and you say, do this, right? And you run the other direction, right? So you don't give your team any expectations. You don't give them the end results. You don't give them deadlines. You don't support them. You just say, get this out of my world. I don't want to know anything about it. I'm not going to tell you anything about it except the bare minimum. See you later, right? And what this leads to, by the way, I want to congratulate you if you were a drive-by delegator, to understand that you need to delegate, right? That's a very good thing. But as entrepreneurs, right, we want everything done, and we want everything done now. We want everyone to work at our speed. You want them to think like us. And most people who work with you, they don't think like that, right? They need more information. They want more training from you. They want more resources. They want more expectations, and that's good. That's healthy, right? So as entrepreneurs, we want to avoid the drive-by delegation. And by the way, I am really guilty of that. Now, over the years, I've gotten much, much better about it. There's short-term pain with delegating the right way, and I'm going to talk about that, but it can really, 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 really give you exponential results when you delegate the right way, and that's something I'm going to talk about in level 4 delegation, right? Now, there's also something called the imposter delegator. Okay, now the imposter delegator is someone who has a team, right? You've hired somebody, but you just won't let go of activities. So you're basically paying a team. You have people on your team, but you micromanage. You don't give projects away that you should. You don't use your team, and you have a bunch of people around you basically just cheering you on, and you're still doing the work. You're working more hours. You're still running around like a chicken, like your head cut off, and you're pumping up your team, but basically just to pump you up because you're still doing the work, and you won't let go of key activities. So, for example, for me, that was marketing. 4 or 5 years ago, I had my team, and I would just not let go of marketing, and marketing wasn't getting done right. And they're like, hey, we're here. Like, why don't you just give this to us? And I would not let it go. I was an imposter. And so, by the way, if you're any kind of these delegators, by the way, in the comments below, say, this is me, right? And describe it, because I have been there. I'd love to hear from you. And by the way, if you are actually watching this, and you're just joining us, if you take the assessment, it'll kind of tell you kind of where you're weak and maybe where you've been delegating or not delegating using these. All right, now let me talk about, and by the way, when you have a team and you're not delegating, you're not delegating at all. You don't really have a team, because they'll eventually fade away and not be motivated because they're not being used. And most people love to work when they're at work, if it's the right person. All right, so let me talk about, again, the right kind of delegation. And once you get here, this is when your team really, really, really starts moving in the right direction. And that is when you have everybody working in a space where they are working in their talents. They're working in places and areas where they love to work. They're working in areas that give them energy, and they want to take things off your plate. Right now, that is awesome. That is, they've got to want it. Right now, what you have to do, and this is when delegation really takes off, is you take the time. Doesn't have to take a lot, right? You take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours max, and describe exactly what you're looking at of a job description, or what you're looking at of a project, or what you're looking at an event that you're planning. You sit down, lock yourself in a coffee shop, write down exactly what you want someone to do, the project, and why you want it done, right? Why, the end result you're looking for, and what it's going to give you. Now, once you've defined that, right, what you need, what it's going to give you, what it's going to give the company, right? You want to take the time to do that. You don't want to throw random projects at your people and change your mind later. Believe me, that's a whole nother video of something that I think entrepreneurs are really guilty of, starting and stopping projects and having their team, chase them all over the place. But once you decide, and once you're committed to an idea or a project or a hire, then it's going to be really, really, really important to write that down. And then you want to write down your expectations of that person, right? Of what their duties are, what the end result is, if they do a great job, what does that look like? If you're going to be really, really frustrated by something that they do, what are those things that are going to make you really, really frustrated, right? What are the end results? What are the metrics? And then write that down. Now, I tell you what, if you've got the right person and they're a hard worker and they're going to be working in their unique talents, and you give them a sheet of paper with their expectations and the end results and the stuff that will make you ecstatic, right? That if you get this done, oh man, I would be stoked, right? They're going to take it and they're going to run with it. They're going to thrive, and then to get the product done, you're going to get your hands off of it, and it's going to give you a ton of energy. Now, the reason why people don't delegate the right way is there's some short-term pain, right, in sitting down and creating this, to think. You got to slow down, and you've got to take time from your busy schedule or run around like a chicken like your head cut off and do this. There's some pain involved there, but not much, right? But people, they think it's a lot, especially as entrepreneurs, I'm talking me included, is we don't want to stop. We don't want to get involved in that admin work. But ironically, that admin work, that time that you take will come back many times over and get you back to what is going to make the company money, all right? It's going to give you more time and more freedom. So let me know what kind of delegator you are, you've been, in the comments below, and where you'd like to be. If you have not been over to my website, get over at nextlevelwholesaling.com, take the assessment, and delegate something today. Talk to you soon. Bye.